Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. For this week's classic episode, I choose a record which I recently discovered in the basement, actually in my father's collection. I love the cover art. I got a little suspicions when I saw digital, but I have to consider the time frame when this was released, and I absolutely love this record. So this week, I'm presenting you Gustav, Mahler and Symphony No. 2, recorded by the Frankfurt Symphony Orchestra under the conduction of Eliahu Inbal. And he was actually the conductor from the Frankfurt Symphony Orchestra between 1974 and 1990, and they have quite the reputation. Mahler wrote the symphony between 1888 and 94. So in total, it took him 6 years to create this masterpiece. I love, like I said in the beginning, the cover art, and you will see something which says PCM Digital. So before we get into everything, let me point out to you what PCM means. PCM stands for pulse mode modulation, and it's a method used in digital audio technology for representing analog audio signals in digital format. So PCM is the most common way for digital encoding and decoding audio information, and it's used in various applications including CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, digital broadcasting, and digital audio files. If you're working with an audio card in your computer, you might have seen the word PCM switching off more often. Yeah, so this is the recording. Let's get into the package. I love that package. And at that time, this came out in 1985. It was recorded in March 1985. To be more specific, it was recorded on the 28th and the 29th in March in the Old Opera in Frankfurt. And back in those days, digital was it. If you have seen my Karajan episode, there's a link to a clip where Karajan says, "Oh, finally we have digital. Now I have possibilities to do way more things. Let's get away with analog." And that was the thing. And they advertised it quite obvious. And you also had, like, if you're into Pablo, digital, because this one was recorded in 1980 with Sony and also digitally. And that was pointed out very often because it was, in their mind, the way to go for all future audio productions. And now in 2023, analog production is announcing 75 releases and all analog from the Atlantic catalog. So yeah, digital didn't come such a long way, but all in all, I have to say I enjoy this recording very much. But let's get to the package. This is the front, this is the back. It's a gatefold, and you have in the middle a little paper where you can get a little more in-depth information about this whole thing. I'll show you the record because there was one. I've never seen that before, this inner sleeve, and it has a flap. This is the first time actually I know these Japanese inner sleeves, but I never have seen one with a flap, so that was quite astonishing. And that's a pretty cool, very thick inner sleeve. So yeah, here is the denim label, and also quite beautifully. This is very thin vinyl, I have to point that out. And yeah, PCM also on the label. The concert itself is like a journey through your birth, your life, your death, your rebirth in a way, and it's a very emotional work which was done, and it's also very fascinating because to play this symphony, you need a large orchestra, you need a choir, you need solo people to sing the solo parts. And that's just, I would have loved to see some footage of the recording of this, but that's an absolutely stunning symphony. And the soloists in this concert were Helen Donath, who did the soprano, and Doris Soffel, who were the mezzo-soprano, and they did a tremendously good job on this. So if YouTube is allowing it, I will put some snippets of this recording at the end of this video. This is widely available, but once again, I was stunned. I looked that up on Discogs, and the highest price was 150 euro. And I was like, okay. Usually you find these PCM recordings between 20 to 50 euro, also depending on the condition, in record stores who have classic records. And that's a good point. I was asked after some classic videos, do I know a seller who sells classic records on Discogs or also in the web? For me, doing a recommendation of a seller is not super easy because I don't have too many good experiences on Discogs. I'm totally honest with you about this. But Günther from Minty Vinyl in Düsseldorf, I put the link to his shop in the description. I only had perfect experiences with him, super nice guy. And also the pricing is very fair, and he has some great classical records as well. So he would be my recommendation because I did a lot of things with him, and so far it was perfect. So if you're into classic and you're looking for an online seller, the link is in the description. My recommendation. All right, so this was my pick of the week, and I'm trying to find a way to make a scan of this because I want to put this on the wall. I really love that cover art. That's so 80s, and it screams 80s, but it's tremendously well done. So thanks for watching for the short classic video this week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, listen to good music, maybe Gustav Mahler, and I'll see you next time. Bye.